Thank you for taking advantage of this free training in terms of navigating your purpose journey now. Guys, I don't like talking about people, but I want to talk about this character today, and we're going to talk about Maya. Maya started with a business idea that felt somewhat detached and generic. Maya was experiencing a defining moment in her life when she recognized that she was building her life outside of her core giftings, and she was just following what other people were doing versus tapping into her core values. Today we're going to talk a story of Maya so that you can now navigate and understand where you are in your journey and how you can move from that place. So Maya had this defining moment when she recognized that her values didn't shape her business, actually other people did, and she had to tap into now redesigning her life on purpose. If you're anything like Maya, you might be listening to this and thinking, oh, that sounds a lot like me. Or maybe you're not like Maya. Maybe you aren't running a business or trying to build a business. Maybe you're just trying to navigate life, and this is where this training comes in to help you navigate moving through the phases of purpose. Now, the first phase of purpose is the perplexed life, and this is a place where you have a lot of questions when you're trying to determine who am I and why am I. Now, in your life, on this journey of purpose, you will have a defining moment. The defining moment is an event or realization that helps you to uncover your unique skills, your passions, your strengths, and to know who you really are. This process takes some thought, some self-reflection, strength finding. I like to recommend this book called The Strength Finder. If you're not someone that can easily identify your strength, it has a quiz that helps you to kind of filter through and determine what are your actual strengths, and it provides some genuine feedback. The next part of this process is recognition, acknowledging that the gift or the talent is not outside of you, but it's inside of you, and it's linked to who you are and your purpose. Let's take, for example, if Maya stumbled upon a skincare conference and there was a speaker at this skincare conference that began to echo Maya's core belief and begin to speak from a love of nature, sustainability, looking at organic ingredients. Let's say this speaker talks about her own personal journey and why she decided to get into skincare because of being laughed at because of her skin conditions, and she now developed a product that can help other women because of now going through this herself. This moment now becomes an epiphany moment for Maya because it wakes her up from thinking, okay, I just want to start a business, or I just want to do something that makes me feel fulfilled, that I enjoy, and that makes me money. She now understands that this person awakens something on the inside of her, because that part of on the inside of her is now activated to say you can do something more, you can build something more, and now you need to build from your core values. So there's a defining moment in all of our lives, and that defining moment helps you to acknowledge your core giftings. The second point, if you're taking notes, and I hope you are, is really extracting lessons from the defining moment. So the defining moment is designed to equip you with lessons. I like saying pain teaches principle. Principle can be duplicated. I'm going to say that again, and make sure if you're quoting me, you quote Krisha Sarah Bowen said this. Pain teaches principle. Principle can be duplicated. If you think about your life, anytime you got a spanking or a scolding and it was a painful experience, you usually, typically, because there are some children that, it doesn't do anything for. But in my case, because of that painful experience, you were reminded never to do that again because you never wanted to go through that again. So pain taught you a lesson. In your defining moment, there is going to be some lessons that are actionable, some insights that you can pull from this to now begin living a purposeful existence. So first, I want you to understand that your defining moment is a key to understanding your purpose and your next steps. The next thing you want to do is you want to extract the lessons from that defining moment. In the extraction process, you want to look at what can be turned to actionable steps. So in the case of Maya, listening to the skincare expert, she said she developed her skincare line because of problems with her skin and trying out products, and now Maya is now activated because of hearing this story. I want you to look at your life and see what are the moments in your life that can be turned to actionable strategies that someone can learn from. Now, purpose is never about you. It's always about impact, and it's always about something else. So even if you know who you are and why you are, you should be moving to the place of great impact. So So Maya had this aha moment that she should not just get into organic business, that she should tap into something that's aligned with a defining moment or an experience in her life. The third thing we want to talk about is, how do I create value out of my purpose? I don't want you to think that purpose is aligned to business and it's because of business. But I have a specific call to people building purposeful business, because I actually started 6 businesses, failed, and the 7th is now successful. That's my purpose coaching business. Because of this, I have a passion for people who start businesses just because they're great ideas, but they don't start businesses that come from their core value or their purpose. So one of the things I discovered, like Maya, is that even though I started those businesses, it was not attached to anything significant in my core. It was not attached to my purpose. When I discovered my purpose, I recognized that purpose goes through every area of your life. In discovering my purpose, I was excited, but I said there had to be a next step to this journey, and that's what we're going to talk about that next. The next step is becoming a student of your voice, researching your ideation, now getting feedback, putting information out. And I can only teach you what I have done. I can't teach you anybody else's process. I can teach you mine. So I clearly remember going online and sharing what I would call diaries of purpose. My business's purpose diaries. So I would reveal something that would be in a diary is normally private. You don't reveal it to others. I would reveal like my personal thoughts online in a video blog at that time, and that started what I call the first Me Too movement, because people were now identifying with my message because I had a defining moment. My defining moment was working in a job where I was making good money, but I wasn't feeling fulfilled. And then I had to ask myself, who are you? That question changed my life forever. And that defining moment turned into lessons that I began to share, and I began to open my journey and my discovery to others. And that's how I am at this place right now. You need to move to the prosperous life, because life is designed for you not just to live life, but life more abundantly. The abundant life I like to call the prosperous life, and it has absolutely nothing to do with money. It has to do with impact. It has to do with happiness. It has to do with dominance, and it has to do with soul prosperity. In this phase, you are now using your purpose in every area of your life, be it career, business, lifestyle, relationship, emotionally, in your health. You're now linking all aspects of your life in harmony to the purpose, who you are, why you are. And now when you understand that the prosperous life is the highest part of the journey, wherever you are right now in this journey, be it perplexed, asking questions, pressed, feeling that the place you are in right now is too small for you, purpose, you know who you are and why you are, but you're not using it in elements and of your life, or the prosperous life where you are using your skills, your core values, and it's aligned to your business. Wherever you are, know that the journey of purpose is more about making impact. It's more about having dominance and influence, and it's more about transforming the lives of others. Ambition is about you. Ambition is self-centered. It's about what I want, what I desire, my dreams. Purpose is about others. How can this help others? How can I impact others? How can I improve the quality of life for others? Purpose is others-minded. So I want to challenge you on this journey to be more others-minded than self-minded. If you want to go a little bit deeper on this journey with me, and you're saying, Krisha, this has sparked something on the inside of me, just like Maya listening to that skincare conference, hearing these words has sparked something on the inside of me, and I want to explore my journey, and I want to move in the different stages of purpose. I'm going to show you exactly how I can help you using my experience to not only live the purpose life, but to live the prosperous life.